So now let's talk about, what led you to etiquette coaching.
What led me to it was I received a book from my mom many years ago, and it was a book that she had had for, I guess it was over 30 years. It was a library book, and she never returned it just by happenstance. It wasn't intentional. And she was going to, out of shame, get rid of the book because she had had it so long, she didn't want to take it back to the library. So I said, Mom, I'll take the book. And I took the book. It was an Amy Vanderbilt book, like early 1900s book. And when I started reading the book, it opened my eyes to things that I had never really considered. Having a background in engineering, of course, you have some training as far as dealing with people, your professional image, and so forth. But there were many nuances of etiquette that I had never even dreamed of, never heard of. There were points in the book about invitations, where if you got a party invitation, you would respond. When I was a teenager, you might respond, you may not respond. I didn't know that there was an etiquette to that.
Mm.
There is also etiquette when as it relates to funerals and workplace etiquette. There are so many rules of engagement that make people feel comfortable when everyone knows how to behave in certain environments, not just being quiet in a library or sitting still in a worship service, but how to conduct yourself in the grocery store, in the theater, at the movies, everywhere, in a restaurant. So there are rules of engagement that my eyes were opened when I received that book. And I just thought that there are so many people, I'm sure, who don't know that information, because if no one tells us, we don't know. And I had never heard a lot of what I read in that book. So that is really what got this whole train moving.
Yeah, I was really interested in like what led you. I always am interested in what prompts people, what's the catalyst that gets you on that journey.